So, one of the things that I was really thinking about doing for the video today was in relation to a Facebook post that I put up about how what's the default routine or thing that you really fall back onto. And for me, one of them is the simple 5 by 5 system. And the 5 by 5 system has been around for a while, and a few people have their own variations on it. However, when I do my 5 by 5s, I primarily stick to the squat, the bench, the overhead press, the bent over barbell row, and the deadlift. Now, the reason I always default back to this is because it requires a progressive overload system. Every time I do the exercise, I'm supposed to add another 5 pounds until I stall out for a while, and it both really helps gain strength, not so much in the size aspect, but it does really help with overall health and conditioning, especially when you're going for strength to get that size later in your routines. However, what I've really found is that at the stage in where I'm at now, going back to a 5 by 5 system really doesn't do much of anything. For example, for a while I was doing my dumbbell bench press and I'm hitting about 70 pounds with ease, so I decided to up it to 80. And next time I came into the gym, I needed to hit 85s, and instead of hitting 85s, I stayed at the 80s. However, my sets, I ended up doing 5 sets of 10 instead of 5 sets of 5. So what it really tells me at that point is that the 5 by 5 system, either I'm shorting myself by not finding the right weight because it's not available, or that I have outgrown that particular exercise for that system. Now, when you do a lot of reading, you find that hypertrophy really works in the higher rep range, strength works in the lower rep range. However, when I was really being taught, I learned that Arnold really had it best. Why do exclusively one or exclusively the other? If you stick with a moderately high weight and go for the moderately high rep range, you should be able to accomplish both. So lifting a heavier weight for higher reps is really what I try to go for anyway. Now, does this mean that the 5 by 5 system doesn't work? It works incredibly well. It's where I started out, and it's what really helped me progress to as quickly get to where I wanted to be, and it's also something I start most of my clients on. They're large compound movements that use full body action, works large muscle groups as well as small muscle groups and stabilizer muscles, so the foundation with 5 by 5 is there. Once you have that foundation, though, you need to be able to progress farther, expand your exercise horizon, and do more. So, I'm also on the Body Space app by bodybuilding.com, and it's something that will help me track my progress, and I love the app. One thing that I really like about it is it gives you your calculated 1 rep max. So this means that if you do 20 reps at a lighter weight, and then you bump up the weight by 10 pounds and do 10, your 1 rep max may be less, calculated wise. However, the strength gain that you had going from the one workout where you were at one weight to the next workout where you were at a different weight, that's still progress. So when you get to a certain point, you have to start expanding your horizons. So you have to go from just doing one type of press to 2 types of presses, or throw in different variations. Is it better to keep your hands in your regular grip, or is a wide grip better? Maybe an underhand or overhand grip, depending on the exercise that you're using. All of these help to show that you're progressing in a steady manner. One thing that you don't want to get into is progressing slowly and changing too often. Because if you change everything too quickly and you feel like you're progressing too slowly, so you change again, you're not giving your body time to adapt. It also says that your form and technique is wrong. However, if your goal is to build muscle or build strength and power, you really want to stick with steady techniques that have been proven. Slower motions, full range of movement, stick with the large compound movements that hit a lot of your areas at the same time. We have learned from experience that being in the gym for 3 hours is not as effective as we want it to be. And if you can do everything in 45 minutes, that's usually the better route. It also keeps your heart rate up. So when you think about when to change, think about where you are as a lifter. Are you a advanced, expert, or a beginner lifter, or have you just getting into it? What program or routine do you feel you should really start out with? My recommendation is do the basic, learn the foundation, get the movements before expanding. Unless you are an intermediate lifter or have been in the gym for quite a while and have developed that really healthy physique and you're getting close to where you want to be, working on the basic foundation is the smartest move.